story purposes, I am doing this in Tamil. ஒரு நாள் பிரதர் சகாயம் அப்படின்னு ஒருத்தர் இருந்தார். அவர் 1 லிட்டர் பாலை தலை மேலே வச்சு எடுத்துகிட்டு போயிட்டு இருந்தார். ரொம்ப டயர்டாக இருக்கே அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஒரு மரத்து கீழே உட்காந்தாரு சகாயம். சரிங்களா? அந்த பாலை வச்சுட்டு உட்காந்தாரு. அப்போது தூங்கிட்டார். கொஞ்சம் நேரம் தூங்கும் போது ஒரு கனவு வந்துதான். 1 லிட்டர் பாலை நான் எடுத்துன்னு போய் 2 லிட்டராக விற்றுருவேன். அந்த 2 லிட்டர் பால் நிறுத்தோன்னு ஒரு மாடு வாங்கிடுவேன். அந்த மாடு வாங்கினோன்னு நான் ஒரு வீடு கட்டிடுவேன். அந்த வீடு கட்டினோன்னு ஒரு சேரை போட்டு காலை நீட்டி அக்கடான்னு படுத்துருவேன் அப்படின்னா. இந்த நேரத்தில் பிரதர் சகாயத்தோட கனவு உடஞ்சிருச்சு. அந்த உடஞ்ச டைமில் அந்த பாலை ஒரு கிக் விட்டுருக்காரு. விட்ட கிக்கில் அந்த 1 லிட்டர் பாலும் வேஸ்ட் ஆயிடுச்சு. ஸோ ஹி வாஸ் லூப்பிங் ஆன் சம்திங். ஹி வாஸ் திங்கிங் அபவுட் சம்திங் தட் டிட் நாட் ஹேப்பன். அந்த 1 லிட்டர் பாலையே எப்படி பெருசாகுதுன்னு நினச்சி அந்த 1 லிட்டர் பாலே தெரியாமல் உடச்சு போட்டார். அது எப்படி ஆச்சு? Because he was looping on something. To loop or to leave? That is the topic today. And that is the stories for a small description. People, there are certain things that you loop on and there are certain things that you leave. Whatever you loop on is a memory, is a pain, is imagination. And those things are what you need to leave. I hope you understand this. So loop or leave, your call. What creates a loop, people? A memory creates a loop. And if you want to experience that type of memory again in your life, that creates a loop, a sense of longing. So you keep on going back to the same thing again and again, if you get it or even if you not get it. So it creates a loop. This loop we have to leave. How do we do this? If we see in Romans chapter 6 verses 19 to 20, this is a very important Bible verse that I need everyone to see. Because of the weakness of your human nature, I am using the illustration of slavery to help you understand all of this. Previously, you let yourselves be slaves to impurity and lawlessness, which led even deeper into sin. Now you must give yourselves slaves to the righteous living, that you will become holy. When you are slaves to sin, you are free from obligation to do right. And what was the result? You are now ashamed of the things you used to do that end in eternal doom. Romans 6 says, human nature is of a weakness, so we give ourselves to impurities and lawlessness. In some way we do, and these all get built up in our lives. It causes a sense of longing for asking for that loop again. But when later you realize that this is all a sin that you have done, or this is all a bad thing that you have created in your life, can you break away from it? That is my question to you. The Bible uses us as an illustration to slavery. We are all slaves to something. Some are slaves to people. Some are slaves to addictions. Some are slaves to pleasures. These are all types of addictions that we are slaves unto. So we are slaves of our own pleasures. You have a certain pleasure. I have a certain pleasure. It manifests in us. We keep happy by keeping those pleasures to ourselves. And it goes on and on and on. So what do we become at the end? We are all a slave. I don't think that you want to be a slave. I don't want to be a slave. How do we break free from this? That is my question to you. If we see in Proverbs chapter 28 verse 26, he who trusts in his own heart is a fool, but he who walks wisely will be delivered. This says that lean not to your own understanding. It is some way in Christ saying that don't loop over yourself. Don't make yourself a big deal. You're just a speck in his creation. Is it or is it not? And in that creation you've put so many hardships, so many troubles. Do we need that? Like seriously, do we need to have all those troubles when we are just a small dot in the universe that God has created? That is true to see. It is better for us to let go rather than going on to the same things again and again and again. So loop or leave. When you create a loop, it creates sadness, it creates memory. And that memory may be built into imagination. Memory can be seized. Imagination cannot be seized because it is in your own mind. Now tell me, people, it is your decision to loop or to leave. Your call.